Hey you guys, welcome back to another video of Mac on Sports. So today, we're only 10 days away from having the college football season really start. We do start this Saturdays from some teams on the West Coast. We have Hawaii playing, Colorado State playing like they usually do on the first week. But yeah, really 10 days until everybody in college football starts. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to give you some of the Power 5 conferences, ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12, just the conference predictions. Maybe not all of them, but we're going to do some of them. And today, we're going to start with the SEC, known as the powerhouse of college football, in my personal opinion. So, we're going to start with the SEC East predictions. So, I personally think number one is gotta be, Georgia. I don't want to say Georgia, but it's Georgia. You can't argue against them. Kirby Smart has really changed their program from when Mark Richt left, where they were an average team, ranked 10 through 20s, sometimes unranked, could never get to the big game. They were around that. He's got a sophomore quarterback in Jake Fromm returning with an amazing backup, Justin Fields. Coming in as a true freshman, arguably. They have a top running back in the SEC, DeAndre Swift, so he should be good, but all their wide receivers are all 5 stars. Now, in my personal opinion, look, 5 stars don't mean anything. They're maybe the most talented, but some 5 stars have issues off the field. They don't put in the dedication or the work. But, hey, if you're a 5-star, you're really good enough. So having all 5 stars, you got to have some talented core there and some good teammates. So Georgia's going to be really good, and I project them to go to the SEC Championship and represent the East. Number 2, the Florida Gators. I'm happy to say I think Florida will be number 2. I think Dan Mullen is a great coach. Now, here's why I put Florida so high, and some of you might not agree. Yes, their quarterback play with Felipe Franks is a little shaky, so that could be something. But Florida has 19 returning starters from offense and defense. No other team in the SEC can say that they have 19 returning players. So experience really does mean something. And Florida's defense has always been great. And they're going to be good this year with a good defense. With C.C. Jefferson at defensive end taking over for the team. Could be a captain, we'll see. But he's going to be a star player in the defensive end, or defensive side of the football. They got a good running back in Scarlett who can really just pound the ball down your defense's throat. So, Florida's got a good team. So, we'll see how Dan Mullen can get the quarterback situation there. And Florida could be back to where they were with Tebow and Urban Meyer back in a couple years competing for championships. Number 3, I have the Missouri Tigers. Now, I put them so high up because they have one of the best quarterbacks in the country, arguably. Drew Lock, he's played ever since it seems like he's been there forever. But he started the last 3 years. And, so he's going to see how he can play this year in his senior year. He's got a cannon for an arm. So we'll see how they can do. And they do have a new offensive coordinator, so we'll have to see how that clicks out. So, and number 4, as you know, I am a huge Kentucky Wildcat fan. I could be reaching putting him at number 4, but I don't think so. I think I had to do this video with no bias, else I'd had Kentucky number 1 like we all know. But we're not talking basketball, we're talking football. So football, here's why I put them at number 4. And I put Missouri before Kentucky just because Kentucky's quarterback play. At this moment, we do not know if Terry Wilson, a JUCO transfer from Independence College, is going to be the starter, or Gunnar Hoke, who's a right-hand quarterback, who's been in the program for 2-3 years. So, I don't know. Now, in my opinion, our defense will be one of the best in the SEC, in my personal opinion. Their up front is massive. They have I think they lost 1 or 2 starters on the whole team as well, kind of like Florida. But they're going to be fun. They're definitely more experienced. I see them going 7-5, 8-4. But they have Benny Snell Jr. And Benny Snell, he's going to take Kentucky a long way, believe it or not. Benny Snell Jr. is one of the best players in the SEC. Mark my words when you see him go first round in the NFL draft. Number 5, I'm going to give it to the South Carolina Gamecocks. I feel like I put them there because they have a little questions on the defensive end. And Jake Bentley, he's a good quarterback. He really is. But I just find a little inconsistent in his play. Will Muschamp, can he get you to the big game? I don't know. I love his passion, but I don't know about Muschamp. Number 6, Tennessee. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with this. But Jeremy Pruitt, defensive coordinator for Bama, guys coming out of Nick Saban have been usually pretty good, but they've never beat Saban. Now, Pruitt going to Tennessee, you got a lot of recruits to play with, but I'm just not sure what to expect with Tennessee this year. So that's why I put him down at number 6. And number 7, I had to go with the Vanderbilt Commodores because, it's Vanderbilt. Derek Mason's tried to change the program, but it's just not doing it for me. So let's go to the SEC West. Now, number 1, of course, is going to be Nick Saban and Alabama. Why? Because their defense is like a bunch of grown human beings. Quarterback controversy. Who's going to start? Jalen Hurts? Tua? I personally, in my opinion, think it should be Jalen Hurts because he led you to a 26-2 record over his 2 seasons at starting quarterback. And Tua comes in, wins you a national championship in the second half. Maybe he might rotate him. We'll see. And they have Damian Harris. Damian Harris is actually from Kentucky, came down to Kentucky and Alabama. Of course, you're going to pick Alabama in football. I wholeheartedly agree. But yeah, I like it. I think Alabama is just very solid, and I feel like Alabama will be going to another national championship this year. But you'll have to see in tomorrow's ACC previews video who I have coming out of the ACC to play them in the championship. Number 2, the Auburn Tigers. Now, I'm going to an Auburn game this year. I think they could have one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC. I feel like Jarrett Stidham, he's got a great story. He played a little, it's a long story, but played at JUCO, but he didn't play. He was like a practice player just because he wanted to get reps because he loved the game so much. But definitely Jarrett Stidham, he's returning. I feel like he's a key factor for the Auburn Tigers this year. Number 3, LSU. Ed Orgeron is my favorite coach in the SEC. He's a football guy. He's just a very, very football guy. That's all he cares about. He dreams about football, everything. They did lose their offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, to Maryland. And he is now the interim head coach at Maryland. But yes, their defense is mean. They have Devon White, I want to say his name. He's a junior. He's definitely going to be a first round, maybe second round caliber. But he's a hard-nosed linebacker. So, number 4, Mississippi State. And why put them at number 4 and not over LSU? Well, they did lose Dan Mullen to Florida. And I don't know what to expect much from Mississippi State. They do have Nick Fitzgerald, and he is a stud at running the option. The read option, the RPOs, little shallow cross and slants over the middle. He's good at all of that stuff. He's a very good player. I just don't know what to expect after you lose your head coach, Dan Mullen, like that. Number 5, Texas A&M. How's Jimbo going to be? Is Jimbo going to be good? Is Jimbo not? Is Jimbo going to win over the players? Is he not? How's the quarterback's going to play? They haven't been great in the past couple of years, so why are they going to be good this year? Now, I will give it to Trey. I want to say his name's Trayvon Williams, something like that. He's a very good running back. Texas A&M will have a good ground and pound game this year, giving him the rock. And if they're going to get some first downs and move the chains and score, got to give him the football. Number 6, Arkansas. They did lose their head coach, so we don't know how that's going to factor in. But they do have a running back from Last Chance U, a Netflix documentary from Independence, Kansas. So his name is Rakeem Boyd, and he's got good built on him. He got kicked out of Texas A&M actually, and had to go to Independence. And so how's he going to be? Will he even be a starter? So not much to expect from the Arkansas Razorbacks, in my opinion. But hey, it's college football; you never know. And number 7, the worst team in the SEC West, in my opinion, is going to be Ole Miss. And I say this because they lost a couple starters, a bunch transferred to Michigan, like Shea Patterson's now the starting quarterback at Michigan. They have a free safety starting at Michigan now. They lost a lot of players because Ole Miss cannot go to a bowl game this year. They cannot. So, I don't know how you're going to motivate yourself, but hey, maybe they are. I'm actually visiting Ole Miss this year versus Auburn, and hopefully it's a good atmosphere and a good game. So, but if you like this video, comment and like and subscribe. Comment what you want to see. I'm thinking tomorrow's going to be the ACC preview, but we're just going to have to see, and it's going to be a surprise. Comment who you think's going to win each conference in your order. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with my picks, but that's just my picks. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.